Okay, so one thing that you didn't know, one thing that I did not tell you is that I have another reaction for you. Stray Kids, Any, the official music video. Hopefully this has subtitles, but I have absolutely no idea. Without further ado, you've already liked, you've probably already subscribed and commented, so let's just get on with it. Any, finally. Woo!
너는 지금 행복하니? 아니. 너 그거 좋아하는 거니? 아니. 그럼 너가 좋아하는 것은 아니? 아니. 그럼 원하는 게 뭐니 해도 많이 원하는 건 많은데 원하는 대로만 돼 원하던 거 원하는데 원하는 대로만 돼 생각한 건 많은데 생각하는 대로만 돼 말하는 대로 맘대로 생각대로만 돼.
God damn! I never hit. Oh my god, they just switched it up into something that sounds a little bit like disco. It's not often that I hear Changbin do the it's a very orthodox flow, it's a very mainstream flow. It's very rare that I hear that from Changbin because he's done all that. He's done all that in the past, and with 3 Ratcha he did all the generic sort of mainstream flows. And you know, for the amount of time that I've been listening to him with Stray Kids, it seems as though he's just been evolving his flow and his styles. But this is completely mainstream, this flow. Obviously, we're not just going to be discussing Changbin during this reaction. However, Siola! I like the vibe.
너는 지금 행복하니?
No.
너 그걸 좋아하는 거니? 아니. 그럼 너가 좋아하는 것은 아니?
아니.
그럼 원하는 게 뭐니 해도 많이 원하는 건 많은데 원하는 대로만 돼 원하던 거 원하는데 원하는 대로만 돼 생각한 건 많은데 생각하는 대로만 돼 말하는 대로 맘대로 생각대로만 돼. Lines, yeah yeah yeah. So many anything yeah yeah. Lines, yeah yeah yeah. So many anything yeah yeah.
How did he do that? Whoa.
생각한 건 많은데 생각하는 대로만 돼 말하는 대로 맘대로 생각대로만 돼. Lines, yeah yeah yeah. So many anything yeah yeah. Lines, yeah yeah yeah. So many anything yeah yeah. 이것도 아닌데 저것도 아니야. What do you want, baby? What do you want?
No. I know that there's a drop or something coming, but not only do I need this back again, but I also like how Chan came in off the back of Felix's little bit there. Oh, was it Felix? Was it filmed in? Something back again. And then Hyunjin's back again too. Let's go. The fact that they used Lino, then Sungmin, then Changbin, and that's like to go like Lino's vocal range is down here, Sungmin's up here, Changbin's back down here. Then they used Han in the high register again, and then Sungmin brought it back down because Han had gone up in that high register. They just play off each other so well. And oh my god, what was it? Tiki Taka. When did they say that? Tiki Taka. I think they said that in 3 Ratcha. I think it was Han that said that. Tiki Taka. And I think I explained that it's like all moving parts and they all have an intricate and often, you know, similar role. And they can do each other's jobs. So they work off each other so well that if Sungmin decides to go down in that register, because Han went up, they know that they're interchangeable. That's the word that I'm looking for. They're completely interchangeable because they all have their own talents. They just succeed at, oh God. Need like a half-an-hour video to explain why I like the Stray Kids so much.
무식까지 까다로워 아니 내 말은 그게 아니고 고구마의 사이다 어디다 둬 고기 몇 가지를 두고 봐도 항상 맘에 드는 건 딱히 없어 blah 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 원하는 건 맞나 일등 섭렵보다 necklace 아니 근데 이것도 아닌가 no I don't know so many
Something about that second verse is making me think about God's menu. Was this made before God's menu? Because I feel like perhaps God's menu went on to say what they actually meant. Because even in this song, it was saying something like I'm full, I feel too stuffy, I'm a gourmet, I'm a picky eater. So that's obviously going into the whole food thing, which is a running theme throughout their law anyway. But I'm just saying in terms of God's menu, because he said first class, no, I want a higher class, higher, the highest class that there can be, a God, you know, God's menu. I don't know, maybe I'm reaching for that, but I don't know.
I'm gonna say no. 원하는 건 맞지만 나는 내 입맛은 미식까지 까다로워 아니 내 말은 그게 아니고 고구마의 사이다 어디다 둬 고기 몇 가지를 두고 봐도 항상 맘에 드는 건 딱히 없어
Lena.
blah 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 원하는 건 맞나 일등 섭렵보다 necklace 아니 근데 이것도 아닌가 no I don't know so many anything yeah so many anything yeah 이것도 아닌데 저것도 아니야 what do you want baby what do you want get it back on my like it double low get it back on my like it double low 전부 다 가득차게 돼 가야 하나 저다른 별로 get it back on my like it double low get it back on my like it double low 전부 다 가득차게 돼 아니 똑같은 말 귀찮게 넌 말 한마디 꺼내지도 마 골라도 다 애매하고 원하는 것도 모르잖아 아니 싫은 건 아닌데
I obviously at the end of a drop, I've always said this from the beginning, after a drop, usually after the last drop, they use Felix to bring the tone down, but I like how they did it in stages this time. They brought Leno, whose voice is sort of in the middle of Felix and Sungmin, who were either end of Leno's voice just then, you know? His is like in the middle, so it was almost like a step down from Sungmin to Leno to Felix. Just after that drop was all the way up here. Whoa! It's the composition.
똑같은 말 귀찮게 넌 말 한마디 꺼내지도 마 골라도 다 애매하고 원하는 것도 모르잖아 아니 진짜 다 싫은 건 아닌데 오히려 원하는 게 많은데 이상해 뭔가 안 끌려 말하는 것마다 다 별로 너를 보고만 할 건데 다 별로 너를 보고만 할 건데 다 별로 전부 다 가득차게 돼 가야 하나 저 다른 별로 너를 보고만 할 건데 다 별로
Stray Kids everywhere, all around the world. You make Stray Kids a stay. Boom. Look at that. Absolute gem. What a little gem. There aren't any songs that reminds me of. I don't think. Not at this minute anyway. Maybe Boxer a little bit. Just because it was like quite fast paced in the background. In the foreground, it was still, you know, that poppy sort of disco slash like an EDM feel. But in the background, it was very fast paced, kind of like Boxer. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's probably a few songs that this sounds like, but this was completely its own thing. I loved the composition of this more than anything. The composition of this was my favourite part. I've always said this about Stray Kids, and you know, whether it's their management or whether it's them themselves that sort of put themselves into the order that they do. However that process is done, I think it's incredible, because it would take me so long to explain why, but sonically, it makes sense. Sonically, it makes sense. The things that they do, the combinations that they use, like for the first verse, for the hook, for the bridge, for the chorus, for the second verse, everything that they do is done with purpose, and that's just exacerbated within their music, because their music is purposeful in of itself, but they have like a greater purpose for it. Well, I'm glad I checked this out. If you guys have any more suggestions, obviously, please leave them down below. I have a list of stuff to go through. Obviously, I'm still going through it. We're never going to stop with the Stray Kids stuff. Do not ever worry. But yeah, it's been your boy TeddyGrey and stuff. Suggestions down below. Thank you for joining me in this live chat. I love you all. Peace.